Hello everybody and welcome to another installment of Let's Play from the Korok Xavier Show. Today we are going to review and critique the gameplay of Everquest 2. Now, as much as you and the rest of the audience out there knows that Everquest is one of the most largest MMO franchises of the early 90s. And this came out, I believe, in 2004. This game is one of my all-time favorites. I've been playing it since 2004. And what we're going to do here is we're going to take a look at character creation. Now, with the new expansions and everything, it gives you a different bit of variety of your gameplay style. A traditional game here basically is servers that is open play, no restrictions to the available downloadable content of expansions, where you can play at your leisure, and with an open and robust broker system. And over here is the progression server. This only allows you to play the content of a certain tier or a certain expansion until you beat that expansion before it unlocks the next consecutive run. And over here is events whenever the Daybreak community, which used to be owned by Sony and Daybreak bought it, events are there for people to kind of get special rewards, things that they couldn't necessarily get in a regular traditional server. But the goals and some of the rewards that you get and receive, that you can also have it and win it for like your traditional characters as well. You can claim it. Free trade here. I've never played the free trade server. This allows everything from like mythical to fabled to be traded. They are no longer heirloom or no trade. Everything is tradable within the game. And there's certain selected servers for that particular server. So, but I normally play the traditional servers because the role play and the gameplay is a little bit more robust for me. You can create a character by selecting your servers that you want to go to, and then you have 4 different archetypes. Now, the first one is your fighters. You have Guardian and Berserker, a monk and a bruiser. The monk and bruisers are martial artists. The paladin and the shadow knight are the paladin uses good and divine energy to protect its group and to keep aggro on the mobs. The shadow knight uses dark and evil energy to do the same, but they're from 2 different archetypes for like good and evil. Shadow Knight evil, Paladin good. Monk good, Bruiser bad. Guardian good. Well, technically Guardian and Berserker now are neutral. Most of these are all neutral. I have not actually played anything other than a Shadow Knight, so I really don't have much expertise in the tanking field. Over here, the second one is the Priest. Now, at the very top, you have your holy divine ones like the Templar and the Inquisitor. Templars are from the good city, and Inquisitors are from the bad. They both have special healing abilities and DPS function to aid the group and making the mobs more accessible to kill. They've got some really good buffs. So I always play a healer, so. Now, the first one is Tree-Hugging Hippie, the Warden, and the Fury. These are basic healing classes that have like the best range heals as far as I'm concerned. The Channeler does have heals, but it's more of a Ranger hybrid. It usually heals from its arrow shots and from some of the buffs that it receives. I have all 3 of these characters, but you know, I mostly play the Warden. My Fury was my very first one, but I really fell in love with my Warden because my Warden is so versatile and you never run out of mana. The bottom are like mystics, like shamans. Mystics are from the good and defilers are from the evil city. The mage archetype down here is wizard and warlock, heavy DPSers. Vast cosmic power, but glass jaws. So they're usually in the rear with the gear. The second archetypal area here within the mage class is Illusionist Corsair. They use illusions and the ability to charm creatures within the game to fight for them. Basically, they're a pet class, but they're not as strong as the Conjurer or the Necromancer, as far as I'm concerned. Illusionists have decent DPS, but they're mostly for their roots. Corsair especially can charm any creature within the game in general. But again, they're just basically root and nuke. Kind of like these, but a lesser version of the wizard or warlock. The Conjurer basically is the true pet class, along with the Necromancer. They raise creatures to fight for them. The Necromancer raises the dead and basically calls forth demons to do his bidding, and an undead skeleton horde or what have you. And the Conjurer also has pets that also aid it as well. The fourth archetype is Scout. Now, as you know, Swashbuckler is a daring rogue with very good utility for like raids, along with the Brigand. These are very unique classes to choose from, and they require a lot of concentration and a lot of knowledge of your character. So when you ever choose a Swashbuckler or the Brigand, you need to learn how to pick your fights and know when to thrust and when not to thrust. Basically, you just keep intact and kind of keep everything in line for the main tank. Now, bards down here, the Troubadour and the Dirge, these are music casters, and they have buffs that enable high DPS and enable the party to like have mana regen and also res the party when necessary. They add a tremendous amount of flexibility within raid situations, and they are usually one of the most sought after classes, which is the Dirge and the Troubadour. The Beast Lord, however, is sort of like a Conjurer and a Necromancer. It does have a pet archetype. You can you can charm certain animals that you get to keep to fight for you. It's mostly a DPS heavy class. Beast Lords, if you know how to play them, are very, very good at what they do. Rangers long distance in the rear with the gear along with the healers, and also Glass Jaw, but their damage can be quite significant if they are played correctly and their AA and specs are done precisely to what they should be. And we'll go into the AA and the different common class arrangements for each and every one of their spells. The Assassin is a heavy DPSer in the shadows, striking from behind. They do their most major DPS from behind. The Ranger also has that ability, but to a lesser degree. It's just something, that, it depends on your play style. And as you look at this, you have like 7, and you have 6, and you have 7, and you have 6 right here. This is a tremendous amount of playability. You can never get truly bored with Everquest if you are a soloist. There's always plenty to do, plenty of quests to do in every region, and the map environment is quite large. So further ado, let's go ahead and hit cancel here, and let's go ahead and we'll create a character just for shits and giggles. How's that, people? And we'll start it off. Normally traditional server, create, and then I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play, I don't know, an illusionist, just for shits and giggles. So we're going to go ahead and click next here. And out to the side, it gives a description of each of the classes. Now here's where we get into detail of the races. Now, I really do like Everquest's variety when it comes to their character classes along with their professions. They really, really thought about the play style of the consumer, giving them a variety to choose from. So everyone is unique. No one is ever the same in Everquest. And like I said, it's all up to your play style. But if you look over here, these are the good races: Dwarf, Fae, Froglock, Halfling, High Elf, or Wood Elf. Okay. Neutral classes are These are all classes that are from the city Kinos or Kelethin. Okay. Kelethin is the High Elf city. in the forest. It's really beautiful, and I'll take you there. Another neutral class characterization is, I can't even pronounce that word, Icarian. They're more of a demon hybrid. I never really got around to playing one, so I really never bought it. Barbarian, Ratanga, Iridite. Ratangas are one of my most favorites because they're little rat creatures and they're really cool to play with. Small, fast, versatile, and they usually work with many different archetypes of professions. Free Blood is the vampire. The Iridite basically is, I believe he's a hybrid elf, like a dark drow, but not necessarily in that fashion. And I'll get to the dark drows here in a second. The humans here are basic average stats, all-purpose. They can play any class with relative ease as long as you take your time and choose your targets and don't let them choose you. Half-elf, Karen, these are the cat race, and the gnomes. Over here on the evil side, we basically have the Erisai, which is the dark fairy, which is the fairy. You also have the dark elf here, which is the drow. If you ever played D&D, you'll be familiar with that term. The Iskars are reptilian race, able to breathe underwater, high flexibility. They make perfect tanks. Ogres, another like I have here on screen. If you look at the character detail on these, they are absolutely incredible. Ogres are good fighters. I've seen some really good ogre spellcasters, but generally they're not really meant for spellcasting. But if you know how to play your character, they're good at what they do. Sarnax are the dragon race. Now, these are a race of dragon hybrids, mostly human interaction or mating. And then the troll, which is one ugly mother, you know what. So we'll go ahead and we'll, there we go. Turn for me, girl. There we go. And you can choose your sex, male or female. A lot of men play female characters, especially the elven women. Only because they have such nice figures, and when they run, you can really get a truly nice look at their backside. And I know that's a little male chauvinist, but Sony did this originally when Sony owned this game. They did this deliberately to catch the eye of the male. The males are not as predominantly structured like the females, but they are strong and muscular, but not the attention to detail that they have given the women within Everquest 2, which is a little chauvinistic, but they kind of went after a certain market when they originally had the game out, because most of your D&D players were in mom and pa's basement, and they normally didn't have any girls that they went out with, so they had the in-game version to take a look at, if you know what I mean. So we'll go ahead here, and we'll go ahead and choose male. And I'm going to go for one of the neutral character classes here. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go with Karen, okay? Now, Karen, to me, I like the cat race. They have sonic vision, which means that they can literally see in the dark. They do have high agility stats, which then makes them perfect for most any class that you choose. So we're going to go ahead and choose Karen. Now, I'll go back here. Did I miss something? Yeah, here's character creation. You can go and really go through and change the character to look the way you want them to look. You can show with the helm or what they would look like without helm. And, you know, it's one of those little things. So per pattern here, so if you go up here to body type here, you can make your Karen smaller or larger depending on what you play, depending on what you feel comfortable with for a height ratio. You can also go with the fur here. You can change the patterns of the fur. And you can also change the color pattern. So this gives a little personal window for you to kind of see what the changes would look like. Now you can change the color of their fur too, and you can change the fur mat to be whatever you want it to be. Dark, light, you can make it Tony the Tiger if you so chose. You can customize eyes and gives you a lot of flexibility in making a unique character that's suited for you. Now, since I chose a neutral city here, I could either decide to be evil, Dark Lord Oros, Nereak, which are evil, the Queen's Colony, which is Kinos, Kelethin, which is the Elven City, which takes you to the Elven City, and New Hallis, which is the frozen tundra wasteland. And this is a very good starting point, but a lot of people get confused because it's you can get lost in New Kelethin as well as New Hallis. So normally what I do is I usually start my characters out on the Queen's Colony. So we'll go ahead and choose Queen's Colony and click Next. Now here is where you get to decide your name. Now remember, with 2.4 million people who play this game, a lot of names are taken. You do have the option for a randomizer here that allows you to choose names that have not been selected by the current members that play this game. It kind of gives you a little flexibility, especially if your name is taken and you still want something unique. It uses a randomized base generator to do this, and whenever you do this, it will not correspond with anybody else's name in the game. So it kind of gives you a little bit of a flexibility in that aspect as well. So, a bed. Okay, why not? We're going to go with a bed. Here in the traditional servers, you can choose between 4 servers. The first one is Skyfire. The second is an RP server called Antonio Bill, which I play most of my regular characters. Though Antonio Bill is not as much RP as it used to be. The RP community is very dwindly, very small. But there are some good RPG guilds out there that you can get into and kind of live out your fantasy. The next is Majul. This is named after the desert of Majul, a very famous city full of magic genies and a lot of danger. Skyfire basically is named after a dragon-type continent, which we'll get into later on in the gameplay. Halls of Fate, another great zone that you must go to experience. Very beautifully, elegantly done. So let's go ahead and just choose Majul. So we're going to go ahead here and play. And a bed is born. Oh, wait a minute. Wow. Random generator failed. Somebody has already taken that name. Well, that's sort of shitty. I guess their wiki is inaccurate. So, Haben, that sounds good. Go to play. Entering game. There we go. I like the bed better. So here we go. And this generates the zone characters in game and takes us to our starting point where we start our adventure. And give it a few moments to load. Now, one of the things I like about Everquest 2, not only because it's over 10 years old, it is a fantastic example of what our MMO should be. I do not like this window right here, which is like where you can buy gear and stuff. I necessarily do not exactly like in-game purchases, but you have to do what you got to do. So these are templates of my UI, and so I'm going to go ahead and check my main character. And that creates the UI windows and everything, and it's all in a standard area here. This tutorial shows you the basic concepts of the game. You can learn a little bit more about what you're doing, but we're going to click out of that for right now. And we need to, I believe, talk to the captain here. Oh, wow. I did something, but I don't know what.
Ahoy! 'Tis good to see you, eh?
I guess it is good to see me. Where the hell am I?
Me apologies.
You ought to apologize, jackass. Who are you?
I am Captain Drake Varlos, and this here fine ship is the Far Journey.
Why, that's awesome. How in the hell did I get here?
Me hearties pulled you from the sea, you and those other bilge rats. Do you remember?
Vaguely. Where are we headed?
We are heading to the island of refuge, and... Ah! Ingrid, quit gawking at the shorty and fix that yard arm. You don't want the ship to come apart in these high winds, do you?
Aye, aye, Captain.
You think she'd never seen a gnome afore?
And here's our first quest. Tasks aboard the Far Journey. And it kind of gives you a brief description here. Accept the quest.
Whoa there, the seas are getting a bit angry. Go speak to me first mate, Wowland. He might have something for you to do.
Very well, Captain.
What? Oh, hey there. You startled me.
Sorry about that.
Can't seem to find me hat.
Normally I would tell you to look on your head, but obviously I can't use that pun on you. Do you need some help?
Sure. Me needs you to go looky in them there boxes, and if you find it, let me know.
Will do, but I have no promises that I might not keep it. If it looks stylish enough. So you can go down here onto the ship, and there's some other crew members up here. There's a vendor up there that you can talk to. So we're going to open up these boxes here. You can right click or double click them. I usually right click them for posterity purposes. And there's nothing in there. So we'll go to the next one. Ah, there we go. And that looks like... Ah, there's the Walden's hat. We've got a tunic. And we also have a small bag we can also use. So we'll loot them all. Is there anything in this one here? Nope. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back to Walden. And as you know, when you complete a quest, there will always be a feather with a book icon on there. So you'll always know who to go to. And when you get into the cities, your map will also help you. We'll see more of that later. So we'll go ahead and we'll click him.
Ah, me hat! Was worried. See, this hat gives me the luck.
Uh-huh.
Now me is safe, thanks to ye. Here, take this. Well now, Ingrid over there can show you the rest of the ship. Me needs to plot the course to the Isles now.
Alright, well that was sort of short-lived. And right down here.
Hello. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I am fine. Just after the last pickup, I have been working extra hard since Vim said she would give me the piece of luck. Hello. How are you?
Well, that dialogue kind of faded out.
I am fine. Just after the last pickup, I have been working extra hard since Vim said she would give me the piece of Luckland she found. Yes, Vim, the merchant over there. She found a small piece of the moon and is having me work for it. Maybe you can go buy it from her for me.
She's having you work for it. Interesting. And you gotta sound like you got a valley valley voice there, like for sure, sure. I'll help you, but I have no money.
Maybe you have something she will buy. Why don't you go talk to her?
Well, the only thing I have on me is my body, but I don't think she wants to buy that. It's sort of used goods. Hello, Vim.
I love traveling the seas. Oh, did you need something?
Yeah, I want to sell this Mariner's coin. Then I want to buy the Shard of Lucin. Here we go. We're not going to worry about any armor or anything right now. I don't believe it's necessary. So we'll go over here.
Ah, you got the shard! Great! Now I can stop doing this work and enjoy the rest of this trip. Here is some coin for your help.
Why, thank you.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
We'll go up here and talk to the captain again. Looks like he's got a quest for us.
Avast ye, we need to talk. Well, 'tis bit of a problem. You see, there be rats on board. The vermin keep eating the supplies, and I need ya to go feed them to the deep afore they eat anything else.
So you want me to kill them?
Yar, that's what we be needing.
Yar! How do you expect me to kill them then?
With this ear club. It is nice and splintered. Sure to cause them some pain. Ha ha!
Aye, aye, Captain, sir. So what we're going to do here is we're going to hit our C key, which brings up our persona window. Now, as you can see, I already have the illusionist wand already there. But if I hit my B key, that pulls up my bags. That shows what I have. This does, the splintered club does 2/6 damage at 4 seconds delay. And this does 2/6 at a 4-second delay. So basically they're the same. So I really don't need that, but let's see here. That's just basic. Yeah, see, this is just mitigation 7, level 1. And again, this is mitigation 4, which is not as good as what the tunic is, but you know what? It doesn't really matter because we're going to get better gear as we go. This kind of shows you you can have different appearance armor on that's different from your equipped armor that gives you your stats. And most of all these tabs are self-explanatory. We'll find out how they work later on. But for right now, let's go ahead and start killing those rats. So what you do here, we'll close down our bags, and we'll go ahead and we'll highlight and target the rat. Now normally I'm a mage caster, I'm not really going to use a club, but if you take a look here, these are some of my spells. They do 4 magic damage at level 1, 5 to 7 mental damage, so I go ahead and do this here. And then hit, there we go. I just killed a rat. I need to kill one more. And if you highlight, yes, I can get rodent meat. Yum yum. Maybe I can like cook a hamburger later. So let's find out where the rest of the rats are in here. No rat down there, but there's a goblin. Ah, there's the rat. Alright, now I'm gonna kill you, you little shit.
Yeah!
And I just leveled to level 2. Yay. Alright, now I got that done. Go to the captain again. No, I guess not.
Aha, you made quick work of them vermin.
Should have had a feather over his head, but I guess not. That's alright. Game glitch. You made the work of them vermin. Thanks, Captain.
Wait, is that a... No, it can't be. Quick, Ingrid! Secure the loot! There be a Drakota off the bow! Quick now! Secure those chests! Everyone down! Watch it!
And the goblin is loose.
Blimey, that was close. It has been near 2 months since the last reported sighting of one of them. That damnable goblin has escaped! And look, me beautiful ship is on fire! Ye must put an end to his life afore he tears me ship apart!
Alright, I must kill the goblin. So if you hit your tab key, you can auto-target anything that's within your viewpoint. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to target the goblin. And I'm going to shoot him with my spells and kind of grab his attention. And it looks like I got a new spell available. And I can mez, so he can't do anything until I hit him again, which is kind of nice. There I did, I killed him. Let's go up here and talk to the captain again.
Ah, you saved the far journey and me crew. It seems you proved to be quite a hero. Well, with the help of that young lass there, you do.
It was nothing, Captain, truly.
There be the island of refuge. Get ready to drop anchor. Just let me know when you want to go ashore.
Okay, Captain.
Ingrid, swing the lead and prepare to drop anchor. So, you ready to go ashore, matey?
Yeah, send me to the Isle of Refuge, Captain.
Don't you mind. We get paid to do that.
Good point. And I am at the shores of the Queen's Colony. And here I am, the Queen's Colony. Well, that's all the time that we have today at Korok's Corner. As again, I would like to thank you for watching and contributing to continue to watch my videos. We will have another stream of Skyrim and another stream of Everquest 2 and a few other games throughout this week. And I would like to thank you. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Please hit that like button. That helps this channel out tremendously. If there's anything that you think I can improve on, please send me a comment. I don't care how rude, or if you're a troll, I don't care. Just go ahead and send me a comment. Let me know what you're interested in. Let me know how I can make my gameplay beneficial to help yours. Well, I'm Korok Xavier, and this has been Korok's Corner. Thank you for watching, listening, and tuning in. And as again, be kind to each other, be good to each other, and have a wonderful day. Take care.